Day 154 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem, and this time we made it all the way to day 154, and we're still going strong, y'all. And one thing about today, guys and gals, today we are officially 5 months in of doing a LeetCode problem every day, y'all. So we really are making some progress here. We're really staying disciplined and consistent, which is part of the goal of this channel, y'all. So if you've been with this page the whole time and you've been doing LeetCode problems along with me, I appreciate y'all, and don't worry, we still have a long way to go. We're not done yet. We're still going, y'all. Part of this page, you already know, is to encourage each other to keep going, stay disciplined, stay consistent. Even if you're not motivated, we're still gonna keep going, y'all. That's what we do, and that goes for anything in life and anything you put your mind to, y'all. We're Swift programmers. We can do anything we want to do, y'all. We just have to keep going and keep trying, and don't let anybody tell us we can't. So before we get started today, don't forget, bring a mouse right over here and click that subscribe button for me, y'all. Then after you click that subscribe button, go ahead and smash that like button for me, y'all. Then after you smash that like button, I'm calling all of my bankers. I repeat, all of my bankers to the comment section right now. I need y'all to drop 2 bank emojis in the comment section so we can run up this engagement and we could push this content out to a broader audience. As part of Swift community members, it's up to us to get more programmers interested in learning about the Swift community and the Swift programming language. And in order to do that, we need to share this content with as many people as we can find that will actually watch it and who's into LeetCode and learning more about the Swift programming language. So y'all support is appreciated. Now, let's get into the question. And today we have question number 169, majority element. The difficulty level is easy. So you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as well. Right now, we're doing about a month of easy hash table problems before we start the LeetCode top 150 interview questions, because we want to build our foundation. We want to go into those interview questions with a foundation to build off of, and we want to understand the fundamentals of what we're going to be dealing with. So that's why we're going to knock these easy problems out now. We've already done a month of easy strings, and we've done a month of easy arrays. Now we're doing a month of easy hash tables. So if you need to check out those easy strings and easy arrays, the past problems, go ahead and check it out. We have some playlists as well that you could check out. Now, let's see what the question says. The question says, given an array nums of size n, return the majority element. The majority element is the element that appears more than n divided by 2 times. You may assume that the majority element always exists in the array. So, the majority element appears more than n divided by 2 times. What that means is that does not mean the element that appears most. It also has to appear more than n divided by 2. So if n equals 4, it has to be more than 2. You know what I'm saying? Or if n equals 10, it has to be more than 5. It can't be just 3 threes in an array of 10. You know what I'm saying? Because that does not meet the necessary requirements of n divided by 2 times. So just keep that in mind as we go through the solution. So in example 1, the examples don't really take that into consideration, but just something to keep in mind. So in example 1, we have input nums. It's an array of integers, 3, 2, 3. The output is 3. Why? Because there's a 3 here and there's a 3 here. It's more 3s than 2s, and it satisfies this requirement. It's more than n divided by 2, right? So because n is 3, n divided by 2 would be 1.5. And it's more than 1.5 threes. It's 2 threes. So that fits that requirement as well. So let's look at example 2. Example 2, we have the nums equals an array of integers, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. The output is 2 because there are 4 2s and there are only 3 1s, but actually that's not why. I mean, that's partly why. The other reason why is there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So n equals 7. That means we have to have more than 3.5 elements to satisfy this requirement. And 2 does satisfy that requirement because there are 4 2s, which is more than 3.5. So That's why the output is 2. So now that we understand what the question is asking, let's get into the fun part, the part that all keeps us motivated, and that the reason why we got into this LeetCode game in the first place. You know what I'm saying? The actual code. And so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do, we're just going to make sure nums is not empty. So we're going to start with the guard statement by saying guard exclamation point nums dot is empty, else we're just going to return a 0. Then we're going to come down here, we're going to declare a variable called scene, and this is going to represent the elements that we have seen already, or it's going to keep count of them and with a dictionary. So it's going to have an int, it's going to be a dictionary with an int and an int. Int as a key, integer is a key, and the integer is a value, and we're just going to initialize it with a blank dictionary. And then we're going to come down here, we're going to say for nums, or for num and nums, we're going to open up the brackets, we're going to say let new count equals scene, open up the square brackets, num, comma, default, colon, 0. Then we're going to come outside and we're going to say +1. So what this is going to do is it's going to keep track of the elements that we've seen. So each number we see, we're going to keep right here. So if we see a 2, say we see a 2, we're going to store this 2 right here in nums. And then we're going to store the 2 right here in nums. If we see a 2, right? For example, if we see a 2, and then this default 0 is going to store the value of how many times we've seen that 2. So we might put a 2 here in nums, and then every time we see, we're going to start this value at 0. That's where the default 0 comes in. But every time we see this 2, we're going to add +1 to this default value, right? So say we see this first 2. So we'll see a 2, we'll add 1 to the default. Then we'll see another 2. Then we'll add 2 to the default. Remind you, this is still 2, and this is keeping track of how many times we've seen 2. Then we see this 2, we'll add 3 to the default. Then we see this 2, we'll add 4 to the default. And then we'll have a dictionary with a key and a value that will say 2 and 4, and that will represent the element 2 that we see over here. And this 4 that would be over here will represent the number of times that we've seen this 2, right? So that's what that's going to do. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to say scene, square brackets, num equals new count. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to say if new count, if new count is greater than nums.count divided by 2, because remember, it has to appear more than n divided by 2 times. So if new count is greater than nums divided by 2, then we're just going to return num. And then all else fails, we're just going to come down here, we're going to return -1. So let's run that, y'all. Let's see how it runs. Make sure it runs. Make sure it's acting as it's supposed to. And there it is, y'all. Let's accept it. So let's submit it. Make sure it stays submitted, y'all, because you never know. You always got to run it first, then submit it, because sometimes it will change. And there it is, y'all. 45 milliseconds beats 70.98% of users with Swift. Not too bad at all, y'all. And I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope y'all are still encouraged and still staying disciplined and consistent and motivated to keep going, keep learning these LeetCode problems, because that's the only thing that can get in your way is you. The only thing that's going to stop you from becoming the best programmer that you want to be is you, is if you give up. So don't give up. Don't let the imposter syndrome get to you. Don't let the haters get to you. Don't let the naysayers get to you. Just keep going. Keep pushing through until you accomplish your goals, y'all. And don't worry, I'll be here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. I hope to see y'all there. Peace.